No, is only around to make money. That's it.
People keep racism around today to make money. Yes.
How is that it?
How does the media not pit us against each other? They tell us that the police are killing us. When you look at statistics, it's not true.
That's if people do their research, then that's right. But
really,
tell
me how many people were shot and killed by the police in 2017.
No, but the problem is, I have experienced
9 unarmed people.
And
explain it to me. Explain your situation.
I've been in cuffs 3 times and committed 0 crimes. Discrimination. I've literally.
So they came over and they were like, you know what? There's a black man walking. Let me arrest him.
Correct.
That's what happened.
There's a CVS that was robbed. The description was a black male that was 6'1" with long hair. I don't have that long of hair. I got arrested. Was in cuffs for 2 hours. 2 hours. Had to have all my information decided, ran and everything. And after 2 hours, they finally figured out I wasn't 6'1" when I'm 5'10". Yes.
And that's because of.
Yes.
You proved this point right there, man. Look, God damn it. If that happened to me. So clearly, you know what I mean? Mic drop.
Yeah. Red Hat is being a little bit too cavalier about it. We know it happens. The stop and frisk in New York was based on...
It does not. America is great. Police don't mess with us.
They do.
Go ahead.
I mean, and that's just the reality of it. Let's be honest. In order to fix things, you have to be honest, right? So,
I'm waiting for you. Go ahead, break it down. You was about to say stop and frisk.
Yeah, stop and frisk is a real thing. So he can't say that, oh, you're saying that happened because of racism. Yes, we know that. And now, of course, with this whole thing with Tyree Nichols, because the cops were black, now they're going to say, see, it's not, cops aren't racist because the black cops beat them. It doesn't mean that the institution historically hasn't been more brutal towards people of color than towards others.
Right.
There's a history there. We know this. There's a history there. So we have to call a thing and be honest about it and not try to just say, well, all cops are not bad. Well, if the majority is allowing the bad apples to keep rising to the top, then that's what we're going to think, that all cops are bad for the most part.
All right. So what made the young guy tell his story?
This guy right here?
Yeah. What made the young guy tell his story about him being arrested for 3 different times for not committing one crime?
Because Red Hat kept saying that, he said there was no racism. And the girl said something about the cops. And he was saying that that's not based off of racism or something like that. And he was like, wait a minute. Yes, it is, because I was an innocent bystander 3 different times and got arrested because I fit the description. You know how many times I've heard that you fit the description? And I've seen it with cops. The assailant was wearing a blue jacket and black pants, and they come and harass a black guy that's wearing a bright red jacket and something that looked totally different from the description that was called in, just because they're black.
Now, I agree with that. I agree with what you just now said, but I have to equal it out. There's the great equalizer. When you're talking about Washington, D.C. cops, great majority of them are black.
Yes.
In D.C. And the great majority of them definitely will pull your ass over if you fit the description, even if you don't even look anywhere near them. So what I'm basically saying is sometimes they just want to daggone close a case.
They want to close a case. There's a quota to meet, and sometimes they just want to run your shit so they can see if you have open warrants.
Yes. Say we might not have gotten the one we wanted, but we got one.
Yeah, this is just collateral.
And that right there, yeah. And that right there is not fair at all. That right there, I don't agree with that at all. Not one bit.
That's not good policing.
It's not good policing at all. And that's the problem right there. But is the problem bad policing or is the problem racism?
It's kind of hand in hand. Because you don't think black people can be a little bit, I wouldn't even say racist towards each other, but we can be very discriminatory.
Oh, we're extremely discriminatory toward one another.
Yeah,
and we outwardly
feed into the same stereotypes that some white people ascribe to us. We kind of feed into it, because I found myself in New York at times, if a white guy came on a train and sat next to me, I didn't do this.
You didn't clutch.
I saw a young man with his pants sagging and he's wearing a hoodie and stuff like that. I've caught myself like, oh, he's about to come rob me. And that's messed up. But
what do you think you learned that though?
living in New York and seeing a bunch of black kids with hoodies rob people. I grew up in Brooklyn. I used to see shit happen. I mean,
That makes sense.
And I love my people, but you know how Chris Rock said there's a difference between black people and N-words. That's why I did that. It was like second nature. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to get robbed.
But I think the bigger point that Red Hat was trying to make, and yes, he's young and he's not going to look at the whole pie because he has not grown up or been hanging out late at night. Like, I'm sure it was at a point in your life where you used to be outside. I'm certain there was a point in my life where I used to be outside.
We was outside 24/7.
Exactly.
We didn't want to come inside.
So you saw a lot more, and you was around a lot of people who look like you, probably not in the best neighborhoods, but it was fun to you. Like you was a part of the mix. This young man with the red hat, he's never been in the mix like that, and he don't get it. He don't understand. He hasn't lived
long enough and had enough life experience to have that happen to him, enough for him to say, "Wait a minute, there's a pattern emerging here."
Yeah,
it hasn't happened to him yet.
Yeah, and
hopefully it never does, because I would hate, for him to get traumatized.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. That would really be unfortunate, because a lot of people say, soon as you start trusting them white people and then you rise up, they're gonna be the first ones to knock you down, then you're gonna be running back to us. There's some negative people out there. I don't know, man. I just can't. I'm just way too positive. The world is so negative that I have to choose positivity. I cannot focus on the BS all the time. I just can't. Now that does not mean that I'm dumb, deaf, and blind. I got my blinders on and nothing. I see it. I pay attention, but I'm not going to use any of these as a crutch at all.
Yes.
So it wasn't.
Try me.
So it wasn't because you fit the description of the other person.
No, I didn't fit the description. I'm not 6'1". I don't have long hair. It's black. It's because I'm black.
So
that's the second time that happened.
That was your experience.
Second time.
That was your experience. My experience is
I've experienced a lot of racial discrimination.
I was pulled over 14 times in the last.
He's smiling. I experienced a lot of racial discrimination. Yes.
He's about to talk about
guys. Me. Yes, that was me.
Wow.
What? He's so excited.
Times. Oh, Red Hat's about to break something down, and
he's about to break it. Oh man, he's about to shut you up, because you've been doubting him and his skills and abilities this entire video.
When did I was agreeing with him.
You. I see through your sugar honey iced tea.
I don't care what you're talking about. I agree with this young man a lot. Let's roll the tape.
Yeah. And how many times were you in cuffs?
Not a single time.
So
I was in it for a speeding violation.
Did you say 3 times at first?
He said
He said he was in cuffs 3 times before.
Well, he said he got arrested 3. And I mean, you can be arrested, placed under arrest without having cuffs put on you. If a person, they detain you, say you're under arrest, they don't necessarily have to put cuffs on you. They can detain you and still be under arrest.
I'm just saying. Corrected. I stand corrected.
If I'm wrong, any cops in the feed here, in the comments, if I'm wrong, being placed under arrest doesn't always have to mean that you have to be put in literal cuffs.
A speeding violation, yeah.
15 times for speeding.
I'm not even gonna lie. I sped 15 miles over the speed limit in 2018. Sat in cuffs for an hour while they checked my car. 100%.
And that's purely because of racism.
What do you think that is?
And how does that stop you? How does that stop you?
It
was you speeding. I mean, black man.
But you heard what he said. They searched his car.
They searched it. They don't have a right to search his car.
No.
Well, who was it?
They had a reasonable suspicion.
I need to hear the color of I need to hear the race of the car, the police. But he's not saying that. But are we to assume that they was like 15 white dudes that just said, look, N-word, get out the car. We're going to arrest you.
Yeah. I mean, it's making it sound like they were probably white cops based on what Plaid Shirt is saying. Because he should have articulated that they weren't.
You
but
think he will?
Based on the line of questioning, it's seeming like it was probably white cops that did it.
But we're assuming you do know that they're trying to win an argument, and they're not going to give Red Hat anything that's going to help him in his side.
Oh, so you think it could probably be some black cops to pull him over?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that he's not specifying at all. He's just saying cops. And
That's
he said
very
the
true.
reason why was because I'm black and they checked my car and handcuffed me for an hour because I'm black. And I'm guessing, I mean, he is guessing. So I guess I have a right to guess because they never said, okay, you can go. We didn't find anything in your car. And just so you know, we pulled you over because you're black. All right. You have a great day, sir. Drive safe.
Like, go on. What do you think it is? Like, come
So,
on. Like,
do you want me to explain it to you?
Yeah. What do you think it was?
Okay, so this is, you're not going to be happy about this, but 55% of violent crimes are committed by African American males.
Because they
And
Jade,
so
so
why
as if they're-
why should I be in handcuffs for committing a traffic violation?
You shouldn't. So I don't know this situation, but I seriously doubt it was just because you committed a traffic violation.
So is that why black man?
So he should
black
be
All right.
off for a traffic
Is that-
violation.
is-
I've been pulled over 50. I just told you how many times I was pulled over. I've never once been put in cuffs, and I'm a black man.
Is that
the same
why
as him.
every black male is taught from a young age to keep their hands on the steering wheel and don't move a single inch until they come up to your window?
Do you know what the statistics are for the number
No,
of
is that
African Americans
why? Tell
that
me, is
shoot
why,
police
though?
officers?
Is that why? Is that why every young male is taught to keep their hands facing forward as a young age? Am I wrong?
I really don't know.
Am I wrong?
Hang on. One at a time.
I'm genuinely asking you.
What is the statistic?
I'm going to answer your questions
What
one
is
at a
it?
time. Can you repeat your question?
Is that why every young male
What is it?
is taught to keep their hands on the steering wheel and don't move an inch until they get to your car?
Everyone should be taught that. You should always keep your
But is
hands on
that
the
why
steering wheel.
specifically?
Because statistically,
Young male.
we've been told that the police are more likely to shoot us because we've believed a lie that police brutality is this major issue affecting
It's
the black community.
Violating.
Okay.
It happens.
Profiling happens. Profiling happens. It's the job of a police officer to profile.
But racially,
For your safety.
Racially profiled.
I didn't say racially. I said to
That is
profile.
what I
So I
said.
should
for our
be
safety, we're putting
profiled. So if I
you in
commit a
profile.
traffic
If you
violation,
fit, if you
I
fit,
commit a
all right, I'll
traffic
give you an example right
violation,
now. Right now,
completely
do you know who I'm
cooperate,
most
I should
threatened
be-
by right now of this group of people? It's you, because of your body language, not because of your skin color.
What part of his body language?
Where's my body?
does
Because he's folding his arm and he keeps stepping up to me and he said, "Try it."
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
I'm worried about ponytail back there. That could potentially body slam him.
The one I'm afraid of right now is you, black.
Yeah,
woman.
because her arms are folded too.
yeah.
But he chose him. And she
Yeah.
was like this and asking him questions, but he turns and says to this young man, I'm more threatened by you. Now he can't see how a white cop could use that same excuse to then place him in handcuffs because he's potentially a threat because look at his body language. He might do something to us.
yeah.
He
you
just
got your-
contradicted himself.
Yeah, he's contradicting himself a couple of times throughout this conversation. But I got to go back now. When it came to people walking up to him
Mhm.
while talking to him, this young man was getting a little closer to him throughout the course
He
of
was
the
trying
conversation.
to talk in the microphone and he kept cutting him off.
I think he was
wouldn't
trying to
let him-
attack him because he's black.
Roll the tape.
You kept saying, "Try me," and you got in my face. I was genuinely intimidated. I was like,
You ain't hear him say that. He was like, "Try me, try me."
When the try me was about the question, the line of questioning. He was saying, like, try me and see how many, like, I can tell you that I've had racial profiling happen to me. That's what he meant. He didn't mean like, come at me, bro, try me type of deal.
Well, you heard him. You heard it like that, but everybody else felt that energy. Like,
Man.
try me, let it go. Try me. I'm gonna catch a whole my effing body, and I ain't playing with nobody. Round and I'ma get.
he's acting like he wants
I'm
to go
an
ahead.
intimidating
Engaging in
person.
a conversation
Multiple people
with
know
him,
me
that's
here.
good.
No, I'm not a very intimidating person.
And it's literally 30
I didn't say you were an intimidating person, but I said your behavior is the most intimidating of anybody that's
I'm
around
doing the
you.
exact same thing.
Nah, that first lady you was talking to was the most intimidating. That
Thank
first
you.
lady. That first
So
lady.
my
was
thing is
like,
like, why is he choosing to come at him that way? Why are you saying now that you're the most intimidating? He can't see how that can be used while in uniform.
That is true. That is true. That is true. And what
profile.
he's also doing is he's feeding into the way people, that negative way that people think. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have said that. But that was his ill-guided idea of making a point that will help his argument and help him win whatever debate they're having, because they was talking about, they probably pulled you over because black people always
You look threatening, because look how you're threatening me right now. I feel
you're threatening me right now. Black hoodie. Come on. I feel like arresting you right now.
Yeah.
I'm about to spray you with this mace in my pocket.
That's because the thing is, you're denying the facts. I'm just saying you're denying
all
the facts.
doing this. We're literally all doing this.
I'm not intimidated by you at all.
Okay, but it's still 35 degrees out.
Okay, I do have to say one thing about you saying that you're American, just American, right?
Yeah.
So you're technically African American, because the definition of being African American is because you don't know your origin of where your people come from in Africa. So
My people come from America.
No, okay. Obviously,
your ancestors come from.
your ancestors.
They came from America.
Okay, but before that, how far can you trace back your heritage?
I think I'm 39% English, so they came from England.
Okay, what about the other percentage?
I think I'm 15% Native American, so they also came from America.
Okay, and then the rest.
And whatever percent black I am, they probably came from some country in Africa.
And that's why you would identify.
But why would I not identify as English American or Indian American?
No, but you know why most African Americans identify as African American? Because most of their heritage comes from Africa. So since they cannot identify what part of Africa they come from, they identify as African American as a whole. Now me, I know exactly what part I come from in Africa. I'm Kenyan American. That's what I identify as, because I actually know my origin. But you can't just diss that part of yourself. And I'm not telling you to diss the Native American part or the English part of yourself, right?
Wait, why would you think I diss my being black?
No, I'm not trying to say that you are. But you're just like...
But I've never been to Africa. Why would I call myself an African American?
So do you just consider yourself to be black?
I consider myself to be a black American.
Okay.
Because I feel like terms like hyphenated terms like African American divide Americans.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was robbed of my identity. My ancestors were robbed of their identity. I have ancestors that were slaves. I know the name of some of my ancestors that were slaves.
And that should not affect you in any way, shape, or form.
I'm the fourth generation of my name.
Because that does not define you.
I know exactly who was
You're not defined by your past.
But you're...
That you never experienced.
But then how can you identify as English American? That's your past.
How can I identify as American? Because this is America, and it's the greatest country on planet Earth.
That's not what he said.
It's not what you said.
He said, how can I identify as American?
I wish he would have gave more energy to the young lady that was making a point about
Yeah,
African Americans as a whole. I loved her temperament. I don't
Yeah, she
think
was really calm and everything. I want to know what backstreet DNA test he took that told him he was 39% British.
Listen, his
39, that's
family.
almost 50%.
Listen, his family probably are from the UK, isn't it?
And then,
You probably the only person that's going to get this. People in the comments section, they're going to be like, okay.
isn't it?
Here's the thing. Some people are traced back to places other than Africa. It is what it is. It's probably some 26andMe or whatever it is.
It's 23andMe. And let me tell you something. Do not trust any of those DNA tests. You know why?
Why?
Because some people swab their dog's mouth. Some people swab fruit and sent it in. And it came back with this whole panel of, you're part Malian and you're part German and you're part this and part that. I did Ancestry.com back in 2012.
That's so petty.
Because I wanted to find out, what my ingredients are that make me this person that I am. Because, there was always talk in my family about my great-grandfather being British and Black. Yes, he was race. And then, my great-grandfather, my great-grandmother, and their heritage. And so a lot of the things, there were some truths uncovered, and then there were other things that were just dispelled. They were like, yeah, you're not. It told me something different.
I got mine done. Yeah.
Did you have Native American in yours?
No, I said you from DC.
But you know why there's no Native American? Because Native Americans aren't giving their DNA samples, so there's nothing to compare it to. That's why.
There's only
I had indigenous South American in mine, because I know a lot of my family is from Trinidad. South America and Trinidad are like, Venezuela's right there. So I had Mali, Cameroon, Nigeria, Wales, Germanic Europe, and Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
Popped up
I
in
heard
there.
Nicki Minaj talking about Sri Lanka. Cameroon, that just so happened to be one of my favorite Girl Scout cookies. And Molly's, never popped any of those. The other ones, I've never had.
Something's wrong with you. Roll the tape. We have a minute left.
I'm currently living in
You
America.
were born past tense in America.
No. You were never a slave. Okay, you never
That's not
experienced
what I
slavery.
said.
So I'm saying you can't. That is like your. That's not even your
so
past.
why-
That's
But
the
that's not
past.
the family's history. You have to erase your history.
So saying you identify with your history is different than saying you identify with your past because you never experienced slavery. No one you've ever met has ever experienced
from East
slavery.
Africa. Why would I say I identify with slavery?
But that's what you're saying when you say
I'm
that
saying-
African
I
American.
said I'm Kenyan American.
I don't identify
not
as a
African
slave. I just
American.
identify that I
So
come
then why
from-
did you say it
No,
bothered
no,
you
wait,
that-
wait, let me finish.
that was part
I
of your
identify that
heritage?
I come from the continent.
See, he been aggressive again. He been aggressive again. He been aggressive again. That young man has been aggressive. Somebody call the authorities. I call the damn authorities.
Of Africa, and I'm just robbed of the specific area that my heritage comes from. That's what I'm saying when I'm saying that I'm African American. I can't identify with a specific culture like many other people that were
You
able
can.
to
You
have
can
that
identify
are
with
able to
American
go
culture.
through their
But
ancestral
that's
tree
not-
and go find that. I
There's
can't
no
find
American
that.
culture?
America's
My
a melting pot.
ancestral tree cuts off.
If you guys enjoyed this video,
Wow.
Yeah. So, what did you think about that? There. Yeah.
It was a lot. Both sides had points. I think in the end, guy with the red hat was just saying things to just incense the others because I realized that he knows that whatever he says, he's gonna get a reaction out of them. Because the girl that says she's Kenyan American, he says something to her about why are you denying being an American and something like that. And she's like, I didn't say that. She's like, I said I'm Kenyan American, so I know where my heritage comes from.
Right.
So I don't have to say African American. That term is just a broad brush because like the plaid shirt was like, we can't really pinpoint exactly where our ancestry started because of the displacement and the diaspora, basically.
Diaspora. See, that's one of them words right there.
Right
Like,
here hanging on for dear life, ain't it?
yeah, where people are in the diaspora, everybody is they start at my shade and then go darker. So
Who told you that? I wish I was darker. I can't wait till summer.
cut the
Yeah.
ring light down a little bit. You'll be darker.
Cut the who?
Ring light.
Oh,
Right.
I don't have a ring light.
What? Your lighting is awesome. Guys, I'm gonna let
sitting
y'all.
in my dining room.
Huh?
I'm just sitting in my dining room. It's the
That's
the
good
chandelier.
lighting. That's better lighting than mine. I need to go sit in my damn dining room.
Really, I'm having. I got the soul glow.
Yeah, you heard that vibrato. That
What'd you say?
vibrato.
The vibrato. I said soul glow.
Yeah, I know. I know. That was one of my favorite movies. All right, guys, it's y'all turn. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments below. And if you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I am Van, and I am here with my good friend Trisha. And we are all the LFR family. I'm looking forward to seeing what you got to say. All right. And don't
Follow me on
forget.
Instagram.
Yeah, fine. And everything y'all already know, man. They already going to follow because you're extremely intelligent and you bring something to the table and you served and you're not biased and you're objective. And although you feel in one way politically, you're still able to listen to somebody who feels another way, hear them out, and make your decision that way. Hopefully the rest of the country can start doing that more because a lot of people like to get into their groups and only hear what the hell they want to hear.
Yeah.
Hate that.
Yeah. I know.
All right. See y'all next time. Love y'all.
Peace out.